First, you can just sit comfortably. What we're going to do first, just a little mindfulness, and I prepared some cards, so we're going to do an affirmation as an intention for the class. And then we'll do a breathing exercise laying down and a few stretches. So a little bit for the hips, a little bit for the back, side body. We'll see what I'll come up with. And we'll hold the stretches for 2 to 5 minutes. Okay, so just relaxing into the moment, taking it easy, nice and quiet. Have an hour on your mat, your own practice. So closing the eyes down, placing the hands on the knees, relaxing the body and keeping your back straight. Slowly noticing sensations, the breeze, the sunlight, temperature in the skin, touch of the mat and clothing. Coming to stillness, dropping the shoulders down. A moment of mindfulness, leaving everything from your day outside of the mat. Knowing that this is your time, your own practice. There is no way to do it wrong. Noticing how you're feeling today. Not necessarily naming it. Just noticing in your body or in your mind if there is anything calling your attention. Choosing an anchor for yourself today, so anytime your mind wanders, goes away, follows the thoughts, just choose either your breath or maybe some sound of the waves or maybe the sensation of touch will bring you back to the present moment. So no matter how many times the mind wanders away, yoga is about returning to the now. We'll start the practice with hands together at the heart, eyes closed, one deep breath, and then the second breath for the preparation of one sound of Om. So deep breath into your belly. And a long exhale out. Inhale to prepare. Just placing your hands back on the knees, keeping the eyes closed. Just pull out one of the cards for today's practice. So the affirmation for today is, I'm looking at the world with knowingness and peace. When you give up the idea of my soul, you can experience boundless change. And I guess yoga is about adapting to constantly changing environment. So just with this thought in your head, slowly moving to laying down in Shavasana just for the breath exercise. So getting comfortable with your feet apart and your palms facing up by your side. Just taking a deep breath in and exhale it down, grounding, sinking into the mat. So next inhale, we'll be breathing from the crown of the head, inhaling the sun, solar energy, the golden light into your solar plexus, so the very core of you, the center of the body. I'll be exhaling from that place downward through the legs and out through the feet, blue or silver moon energy. So once more, inhaling from the top of the head, pressing it down, the golden light into the solar plexus, and exhaling from that place down through the lower body and out through the feet. So with this picture in your mind, just breathing deeply through the nose into the belly and out, feeling the energy flow through the body. We start with top of the head to empty the mind first. Mind is the one usually cluttered with thoughts. So taking this energy down, firing it up in our core, and releasing whatever needs to let go. So there is no any particular way for this breath to look like. It's your own practice. However you feel it. Just breathing deeply, feeling the flow of energy from up to down through your body. Inhaling peace and exhaling fear. Inhaling love and exhaling jealousy. Inhaling full presence. And exhaling all worries. And just few more breaths, observing your body and mind. with the light, healing everything it touches. This is practice of rest and rejuvenation from inside out. Slowly releasing the vision of the breath and just keeping nice calm breath to your belly throughout the practice. Breathing into spaces of tightness in different poses. For now, bringing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a hug. Maybe rocking from side to side. Gently rounding the back. Maybe circling the knees on one side and then the other. And then grabbing the strap. Opening it so you can strap the left foot onto the floor and taking the strap around the sole of the right foot and then extending the right leg up in the sky and extending the left one down so both legs are straight, and then either holding the strap and holding the leg up in the sky. You can also do it without the strap, holding the calf or wherever you reach. Or if you're flexible, you might try to put the strap around your head, just above the ears, and then letting the gravity pull you down. So kind of hanging in space, gently rounding the top part of the back with your shoulders still on the floor. Hi. Do you want to join the class? Yeah. All right. Let me give you my mat and I'll bring one more. So just follow up with everyone. You guys have to stay here for 2 minutes anyways. This is your spot. Breathing into the pose, nearly done. And then slowly releasing the strap and taking it to the other side. So taking the left foot up, extending the right leg long, and then again either holding here or taking the strap overhead. You can adjust the length of the strap as well. Just focusing on stretching the hamstrings, so extending right leg, making sure the hip is towards the floor. Yeah, relax your neck and just honoring your limits. So in Yin Yoga, we come to about 60-70%. You don't want to strain. So whenever you feel the edge. You just stay there, don't push it. It's not about extremes. This is about being able to soften in the pose. So trying to keep your legs straight, feeling the hamstring stretch. Relaxing your chest. Falling onto the mat and breathing into the place of tightness. Couple more breaths here. Perhaps feeling same or different sensation on the other side. Our sides are hardly ever even. So in yin practice, we also even them out, doing stretches always on both sides. And slowly bending through the knee, releasing the leg, bending both, bringing knees into the chest, giving yourself a squeeze. And again, we'll wrap the strap around the right sole of the foot, extend the left leg long, extend the right one up, and then take it with the left hand to the left side. So right leg to the left side. And again, you can bend it if you prefer, or you can keep it straight. You can release the strap or you can hold it. Just lifting the foot a little bit higher for more stretch. And then extending the right arm long and gazing to the right side. Relax the bottom leg. So again, finding the pose. And then staying here in stillness. Breathing into the pose. You can always let me know if you have any doubts of if pose doesn't feel good. What you want to feel is a slight discomfort. Never a sharp pain. Relaxing your face, your jaw. And seeing if with every exhalation you can soften and slightly deepen the stretch a little bit more. Inhale, slowly bending through the right knee, taking the foot back up in the sky, bent, bending the other one, and changing the foot in the strap, releasing the right one down, extending, maybe extending the left one as well, taking the strap in the right hand and taking it to the right side. Extending left arm, gazing to the left side. Find the pose. See if you want to bend your knees or keep them straight. Trying to glue both shoulder blades onto the mat. And either keeping your gaze in one spot All closing the eyes down for inner focus. Just a couple more breaths here. And next, inhale, slowly bending through the left knee, bringing it back to the center, releasing the strap to the side, and hugging both knees into the chest. Maybe again rocking from side to side, realigning the spine. And then rocking back and forth a few times, head towards the knees. And then we'll come into the sitting. And then coming to sit on the heels. We'll take the knees wide into the frog pose. So you can either leave your big toes together or you can take your feet out. And we're going to come up with the hips high onto the forearms. So see what's available for your knees, how deep you can sink into the stretch. So the wider the knees are, the more stretch you'll feel in the inner thighs. And either stay here or you can come walk a little more forward and bring your forehead onto the mat. So gently arching the spine. Just keeping your knees in one line and your hips up. Again, finding your sweet spot. Feeling what you're feeling and releasing it with the breath. Yin Yoga is so much like the situations in life that sometimes put us in some sort of discomfort. And sometimes it's just good to breathe through these moments, to stop in our busy lives and deciding on what to do further rather than quickly reacting. So yin is that breath, that stop, that little pause before the action. Just a few more breaths here. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. Next, inhale, slowly coming up. onto your elbows and walking back, and very gently bringing the knees close together, sitting on the heels and coming straight into child's pose. So extending the arms in front of you, knees together, and forehead towards the mat. Breathing deeply into the belly, feeling it rising, really expanding. The sit bones are pulling us back, and crown of the head and arms pulling forward. Just observe the breath. We'll walk the hands to the right corner of the mat, just to the point when you feel the stretch in the left shoulder, and stay here for 1 minute. Letting the gravity do the work. Seeing if you can soften a little more. Feeling the touch of the mat. With the next breath, we'll move to the left corner of the mat. Slowly walking the hands and feeling the stretch in the right shoulder. There is no perfect way to look. It's more about the sensation you get from the pose. Inhale, walking back to the center. Exhale to drop down. And inhale to come back up. We'll sit back and swing the legs forward. So having your legs either together or apart, see whatever feels better for you. Inhaling, lengthening the spine, and exhale, first hinging from the hips, so nice long back, and then rounding the spine, head towards the knees. So yes, you can grab the legs, the feet, wherever you reach, whatever feels good. You can try the wider legs. Just whatever position, gentle stretch of the hamstrings. And then hanging down, releasing the back. You can also bend the knees if that feels better. Just see what's available for you and stay here for a couple of minutes. If you have any thoughts coming, just going back to your anchor and your breath, letting them flow through you. One more minute here. See how you're feeling being still. We usually feel good and proud moving and doing things, having things achieved. How does it feel to just be rather than do? Inhale, slowly coming up. And exhale to release. We're gonna bend the left leg. So coming with the knee to the front of your mat. And then foot towards the right buttocks. And we'll take the right leg on top of it. So maybe you're only gonna find yourself here. That's completely fine as well. But if you can, just stacking your knees together, one on top of the other. And then see how you feel with the feet. They can be either close to the opposite buttocks or they can be a little further away. So finding the pose, bringing your hands to the front, inhaling to lengthen, and exhale to fold over the legs. So again, whenever you feel the stretch, feel your hips, then just stop there, finding your sweet spot, bowing the head, keeping both sit bones grounded, and breathing into the area of tightness. Hips are the place where we tend to store emotions that we don't get to express outwards. So moving that energy with the breath and the asana, making some space in your body, making connection with your body, noticing its needs, giving it some attention. see if with time you can gently soften, if naturally your body lets go. One more minute here. Deep breath in and a long breath out. With the next inhale, slowly coming up. And we'll change the side, so maybe helping the legs release. And taking the right knee to the front, foot towards the left buttocks, and then stacking the knees. Again, find the pose. And when you're ready, take a deep breath. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale to fold. Find your pose and soften. Focusing on your own experience of the practice. Noticing changing sensations from one moment to another. Releasing the arms and softening. Maybe coming a little bit lower. One more minute here. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. Next, inhale, slowly coming up. Releasing the legs, placing the feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart, and then just shaking the knees to one side and the other. Releasing the hips. And slowly going to laying down. Extending arms overhead. And shifting your arms and your feet to the right edge of the mat and your hips to the left. So you want to be kind of banana shape. And then maybe grabbing the left wrist with the right hand and pulling it more to the right side. And then maybe crossing the left ankle over the right for a little bit more stretch. So feeling your left side body extending, and then maybe a gentle compression in the right waist area. See if you can just wiggle into the pose a little bit more to get more comfortable, and then staying in stillness. Paying attention to subtle sensations. Sometimes life gives us little hints of our path and where to go, that we're so busy with our own plans not to notice it. And then at the end, something bigger happens to take us to this place. Where is our path, our dharma? So yoga is also about learning to see these little signs that we come across in daily life. Not only seeing the extremes, but the in-between. Deep breath into the left side body. And a long breath out. Inhale, slowly releasing the hand and the ankle. And then taking your feet and your hands to the left edge of the mat. And then your hips to the right. Grabbing the right wrist and maybe stucking the ankles. Finding length in the right side body, relaxing. And softening into the pose. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. And next, inhale to release. And drop everything completely into Shavasana. So the final pose, taking a lot of space, keeping your Arms to both sides, palms open up, feet falling out to the sides. We'll stay here for a few minutes of relaxation. So making sure you're comfortable